After Georgia's 28-10 loss to Mississippi, their chances of claiming the SEC title and making the college football playoff are uncertain. With 2 losses in SEC play, the Bulldogs now rely on other conference results to finish in the top 2. But with crucial games against Tennessee and Georgia Tech, it's far from guaranteed that they will secure a playoff spot. The defeat also ended Georgia's 52-game winning streak against teams other than Alabama. The loss highlights the growing concerns surrounding Georgia's performance, especially considering the high expectations under Coach Kirby Smart. The Bulldogs have struggled throughout the season, with their recent performances failing to meet the dominant standards the team set in previous years. The ongoing issues with senior quarterback Carson Beck are a significant factor in Georgia's struggles. Once a Heisman hopeful, Beck has been plagued by turnovers, throwing 12 interceptions in just 321 attempts this season, compared to just 6 last year in 417 attempts. In the loss to Mississippi, Beck went 20 of 31 for 186 yards and an interception, and was sacked with 3 minutes left, effectively ending any chance of a late comeback. Equally concerning has been the need for more production from the running game. Last season, Georgia averaged 5.3 yards per carry with 40 rushing touchdowns. This year, the Bulldogs have struggled to break the 180-yard mark, averaging only 4.5 yards per carry. In Saturday's game, Georgia was limited to just 59 rushing yards on 33 carries, a far cry from their usual dominance. Georgia's defense, which has long been a strength under Smart, has also shown signs of vulnerability. While they had some strong performances earlier in the season, including a dominant game against Texas, they couldn't stop Mississippi's Jackson Dart, who threw for 199 yards and a touchdown, despite an early ankle injury. The Rebels managed 132 rushing yards on 3.7 yards per carry, further exposing Georgia's weaknesses. With this second loss, Georgia's ranking in the USLBM coaches poll is expected to drop, and doubts are mounting. Their performance in the coming weeks will determine if they can regain control of their playoff aspirations. In contrast, Alabama's resurgence continues as they defeated LSU 42-13 behind a brilliant performance from Jalen Milroe, who rushed for 185 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Crimson Tide's defense also played a significant role, limiting LSU to just 1 touchdown. Army also maintained its undefeated streak with a 14-3 win over North Texas, while Kansas showed resilience, securing a 45-36 victory over Iowa State. After a 41-27 win against Texas Tech, Colorado remains in the hunt for a Big 12 championship. Penn State bounced back from a tough loss to Ohio State, dominating Washington 35-6. Conversely, Miami's playoff hopes took a hit with a 28-23 loss to Georgia Tech. Oklahoma also suffered a crushing 30-23 defeat to Missouri, and Texas blew out Florida 49-17. Struggles continued with a 2015 loss to Indiana, while Minnesota's 4-game winning streak ended with a 26-19 loss to Rutgers. After a humiliating 52-3 loss to Notre Dame, Florida State now faces the grim possibility of a 10-loss season. Pittsburgh also faltered, losing 24-19 to Virginia following an injury to quarterback Eli Holstein. The weekend's games highlighted the shifting dynamics in college football. Teams like Georgia, Florida State, and Oklahoma struggle to meet preseason expectations, while others like Alabama, Army, and Penn State rise to the occasion. The season's final stretch will be crucial for teams vying for a playoff spot.